Thank you, Barry. And coming up next on The Beat Goes On, we welcome John Galvin from Fortuna Syndications. John wants you to join him and 20 others as owners of a beautiful young filly from the champion sire, Darcy Brahma. Be at the winning post to see your horse make you the proudest owner in New Zealand. John Galvin, good to see you.
Hello, Gerard.
Hello, Gerard. You're doing a Russell Crowe, are you?
Been watching our friend Shane.
Shane, yeah. That was a great little story he told, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
Beating Russell Crowe.
Yeah. John, what a great week for racing last week. About, 7 days ago now, of course, but let's talk about It's a Done Deal and, of course, wonderful horse called Black Caviar.
Yeah, we're talking
setting
about
the racing world on fire, isn't it?
Yeah, we're talking about Sydney racing at Randwick, the opening of their new stand. It was standing room only at Randwick with the famous Australian mare Black Caviar going for 25 wins in a row, unbeaten, and she pulled it off, which was a fantastic thing. But I've even from a New Zealand perspective, of even more importance was the fact that It's a Done Deal, who we've talked about on the show before, won the AJC, or ATC Derby as they call it now, by 6 lengths. So this is a New Zealand bred horse by High Chaparral out of a Zabeel mare, trained by Murray Baker at Cambridge, ridden by expat Kiwi jockey James McDonald, just demolished a top field of 3-year-olds. Yeah.
Australians won't like that.
But a great day for New Zealand racing and a great day for the New Zealand breeding industry.
It's a packing field in the Derby, and Kingdom's just in front from Hippopus, then Avastan, followed further back by Philippi making his run. It's a Done Deal, still about 5 or 6 lengths off the lead, but he hasn't moved on him yet. Kingdom's led up the rise, but he's erratic. It's a Done Deal chiming in, and the pocket rocket from New Zealand claimed them in a stride, and It's a Done Deal race to the front at the 200 metre mark. This is an exercise gallop. He's moving away for one of the most impressive wins you'll ever see in the Derby. It's a Done Deal, and a hand canter wins it by 5 lengths. Philippi got second, Kingdom's third.
So, John, we all dream a Black Caviar or a It's a Done Deal. They're there waiting for us to pluck them out of the tree, aren't they? But which one is going to be the Black Caviar and which one is going to be It's a Done Deal? It's life, isn't it? It's the story of life. One of those horses is going to make somebody a lot of money, and that's exactly what you do, John. Syndication. 20 or 30 people get together and say, let's combine our resources, and we could get ourselves It's a Done Deal. Wow!
Well, exactly. And with both Black Caviar and It's a Done Deal, there's multiple ownership in both of those horses, so they're not just owned by one individual. And of course, these are the horses that are at the top of the tree, and not easy to do that, but hey, you've got to be in to win.
You've got to be in to win, don't you?
And it's interesting that during 2012, we, Fortuna, bought a High Chaparral colt, a 2-year-old, who will be a 3-year-old next year. And of course, it would be fabulous for us if we could follow in the footsteps of It's a Done Deal. We won't know, but one day we will.
All right then, John, 60 seconds. That's all you've got, John. Tell us what Fortuna do.
Okay, well, what Fortuna does, we go to the various sales around the countryside and we look to buy quality thoroughbred yearlings. And there's 2 aspects to consider. One is pedigree. We like to buy horses with nice pedigrees so that they've got bloodlines that demonstrate that the horses we are buying have got some ability. But secondly, we buy on what we call type. And this is athleticism. We want to buy an athlete. And so we're picking horses that are physically correct and we think can grow into lovely athletic types. Having secured the horses, we then package them up into a syndicate, one syndicate for each horse, and then we sell shares in those individual syndicates to members of the public.
Now this week, John, you have a beautiful filly from Darcy Brahma, and the great news is that 4 fillies, there's a new series called the Pearl Series, which they've allocated an extra $2.8 million, or $2.6 million, is it?
$2.6 million.
$2.6 million. This is the time to get into fillies at the moment, isn't it? So tell us about the Pearl Series.
Okay, well, first of all, we have to look at New Zealand breeding. As most of your viewers would know, New Zealand horses get exported all over the world and have a great reputation as being tough, hardy types. And so New Zealand racing is very keen to promote the breeding industry. And so it's put together this new series called the Pearl Series, which is designed to encourage people to breed, buy and race fillies. So in broad terms, there's about $2.8 million of prize money on offer from a series of races that are for fillies and mares only, between ages 2, 3 and 4. And they have put another $2.6 million on the table on top of that $2.8 million as additional prize money.
Gosh.
So this is a huge incentive for people to buy and race fillies.
And you've got a beautiful filly this week. You went to the Caracas sales, and here it is, Darcy Brahma. That's the dad, that's the sire. Wow, what a success Darcy Brahma's having at the moment.
Yeah, well, let's talk a little bit about Darcy Brahma, because we have spoken about him before on the show, but he was a champion racehorse in New Zealand. He was a champion 2-year-old, a champion 3-year-old. At 4, he was the champion sprinter in New Zealand. Retired from racing, 19 starts, 10 wins, 5 seconds, 5 Group 1 wins, including a Group 1 win in Australia. He was the top of the tree, and now he's proving to be a champion in the breeding barn as well. And so this filly that we have is by Darcy Brahma out of a mare called Sweet Dreams Baby, and we acquired her at the Caracas sales this year, and she's eligible for this Pearl Series that we've just been talking about. She's entered for that. She's also entered for the big Caracas Million race, which is a race for 2-year-olds run at Ellerslie next January. So there's a great opportunity for people to get involved in this filly, yes.
So John, for our viewers throughout New Zealand, if they'd like to seriously look at getting into the fun game of owning a racehorse and just getting that thrill every time you horse race, what are we looking at price-wise?
Okay, for this Darcy Brahma Sweet Dreams Baby filly, a 10% share
10%?
is $9,500.
Yes.
And $300 per month for ongoing costs.
Okay.
Now the $9,500 covers all initial costs. There's no surprises. That's the cost of the horse, the GST, the insurance, the registration for the Caracas Million Series, that type of thing, plus some working capital for the syndicate as well, and then $300 a month for ongoing costs. We'll also do a 5% share at half of that, which is $4,750.
$4,750, and that'll be
$150 a month.
Ongoing costs, yes.
Okay, and then we'll do 2.5% shares also, which is $2,375. And just $75 a month for ongoing. So if you're a first timer and want to just dip your feet in the water, the 2.5% share is a great opportunity. All the owners are registered with New Zealand Thoroughbred Racing as owners, so they're on a register. Everybody gets an opportunity to put up a name. And of course, when you buy a filly, if the filly is really good with racetrack performance, it also has future potential as a brood mare as well, and there can be a lot of financial rewards from that also.
Now, it's no good knowing all this information, John, without knowing how to get hold of you. So
We need a telephone number.
Yeah, so 2 ways of getting hold of me. The first one is the 0800 number, which is 0800
100
667.
667. And you've got the cell phone number.
Yep, 021 921 460.
460. And the website. Always check out the website.
Yeah, www.fortuna-nz.com.
Well, John, I can only say best of luck. You seem to have a winner every week, so I don't think you need this luck. It's just happening for you anyway, John.
Well, we always need luck. It's like the little bird on the shoulder, Jared.
See you in 2 weeks, John. Thank you, John. The Beat Goes On will be back after the break with our special guest, Gail Ludlow.